most helpful book ever published will teach everyone how nature creates people's personalities, including the camera on nature associated with personality. What is the meaning of the camera on nature? Well, fortunately, this is the natural occurring tendencies observed in everyone among the different personalities, which repeats and is profoundly noticed from direct discoveries in nature. They are regarded as natural discoveries which are permanent, natural occurring, which show up causing distinction in personality. While these trends tendencies can only be observed, they will never vanish. These direct observations of trends tendencies, which anyone can observe for himself or herself, occurs most often enough to consider them reliable trends. The most helpful book ever published will identify all these trends and patterns of personality for you, even explaining how to conduct a simple personality evaluation to score yourself, and this new science you will read about brings you the advantage of understanding people better. When you learn about these easy trends tendencies talked about, you will be able to predict how a person is most likely to function in their life, to really know them like never before. So what does all this mean? What is meant by the camera on nature? It means you will learn about and remember a groundbreaking new science of people's personality that no mind has ever touched, known as Itrendology, the field of self-tendency study, or meaning the field of I or self, trend, or tendency, ology or study, offering suggestions to improve life from direct observations. To be perfectly clear, this is a new science of personality resulting from direct observations rather than a science that is created. This is strictly a camera on nature concept. This means the impact quality of this work of literature is terribly outstanding, because it is not an invention of a theory from scratch, but rather an illuminating of a hidden truth of nature, a real camera on nature capturing real actual observations and positioning these observations where others can learn, apply, and grow from, and that is the very spirit of what this incredible work is all about. It represents not only a mastery of knowledge here, but the ability to elevate others through it. You will easily learn about these life-changing, groundbreaking observations which are now being revealed for the first time in an incredible work of literature called the most helpful book ever published, that is known for being popular on the internet with searches on Google and Yahoo to quickly find you, the most helpful book ever published. You only need to type into your search the words, the most helpful book ever published. This new science was written with strict, high-quality guidelines, as being more difficult than a doctor program at any university to achieve an official copyright for this remarkable material, presented to the United States Copyright Office and its officers. 10 years went into carefully preparing the material to make it simple for everyone's comprehension, and even fun and exciting to learn about as you journey through the fascinating but easy concepts talking about better ways to understand family and friends for increased social success. For example, in observing all the different groups of people's personalities, the camera on nature revealed it was consistently found in some trends tendencies that certain personalities preferred and performed better as desiring to be around life, and were most likely to become pet lovers, where other personalities preferred and performed better as desiring the material world, or were most likely to engage in careers involving objects or in the absence of life. This resulted in fulfilling themselves in the most meaningful way. In some rarer instances, the camera on nature revealed some personalities desiring equally, both life and objects, or in other words being both organic and inorganic. They desired living creatures like pets, people, wildlife, or anything living, and they also equally desired the material world like objects, metals, or anything that does not live. They really considered their mixed trends tendencies, being both organic and inorganic here, to be most fulfilling in every walk of life. From this very special tip, remember this, there is one observation that was found for sure: no matter whom you are, everyone must realize that the camera on nature observing the trends tendencies of people's personalities among different people, repeats and are profoundly noticed, as this is a reality in life that nobody can escape. The most helpful book ever published will help everyone to recognize these trends tendencies lingering among people's personalities, and will present easy methods for you to use, increasing your social success in relationships, resulting in a better understanding of people. Thank goodness the camera on nature can be applied here in this new science to study personalities. However, if you observe everyone more closely, even through the generations, you will notice the camera on nature reveals repeated patterns similar to everyone belonging to a certain personality group that never goes away, found to be generated by nature among the different personalities, and regarded as being very special to bring us all fulfillment in life for a better understanding of each other. So how can this great work of literature help everyone to learn more about people's personalities? The core or body of this exciting material contains 8 chapters which describe and uncover the unique ways of how nature shapes us in a special way that improves your comprehension of understanding personalities to the point that you really can read people like a book, and in a way like never before. This means you will understand why people act and behave the way they do with their unique habits all shaped by nature. You will learn about nature's personality factory that creates personality similar to how an auto factory creates cars. 10 years went into writing this informative material. The official copyright was established and recorded in the United States in the year 2022. This is a very rare original work that can't be found anywhere else. The most helpful book ever published sets an example with the goal and desire to present a great work of quality material in a newly discovered science from the publishing industry to help others gain better health, wealth, and knowledge for a terrific future. This is a rare work that can't be found anywhere else. If you have a hobby or are a professional book collector or are thinking about starting a book collection, you can add value to your collection by collecting this first signature edition offered here. You don't have to read the whole book ever because you will only be reading the sections which pertain to you, as this will be explained with very easy comprehension to see that you won't be reading with much labor at all with mostly short readings. You only read what you need. This rare work of literature was written with the following strict guidelines which were more difficult than any doctor program at any university. First, it must be a new scientific discovery that no mind has ever touched. Second, it must be non-fiction. Third, it must receive an official registration of copyright by the United States government. This book is certainly very informative, and you will learn fascinating concepts to understand people better. This means no more struggling in your life trying to guess what you are good at, who your best companion is, or what career you're cut out for. The entire book is designed for easy comprehension and is very simple. In fact, you won't be reading this material with much labor at all with mostly short readings. Add the most helpful book ever published to your collection now. The entire book is designed for easy comprehension and is very simple. In fact, you won't be reading this material with much labor at all with mostly short readings. Add the most helpful book ever published to your collection now. P.S. Thomas W. Ante searches on Google and Yahoo quickly finds you, the most helpful book ever published.